FAMU 24 in the building. What's up?
What up?
What's up? What's up? What's up? I like
How
it
you
too,
feeling, bro?
Feeling good, feeling great, feeling blessed, man.
Yeah, I'm feeling blessed.
Over there dripping and whatnot.
Feeling blessed.
Feeling blessed. So before we get started, how was your day, man? What you do today?
Whew. Staying in the house, chilling, man. Trying to get my work done. Of course, gotta stay on top of my studies because work. The work doesn't stop. The teachers are actually saying, "Hey, oh my goodness, you were online. Let's send them as many essays as possible."
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like people just, you know what I'm saying? You know what? Y'all have nothing else better to do.
You can't be in piano? Let me send you an essay on the piano.
Everything, man. I'm like, okay, so with NCAT, we are doing pass-fail now. So how is FAMU working with the whole grading scale? What are they allowing y'all to have extra time? How is y'all school system going as far as COVID-19?
Well, right now, of course, all of the teachers are definitely understanding. They've been reaching out a lot more. So you have teachers. I know. One time I got one of my emails got lost, and like without emails, my teacher called me. Was like, "Hey, I don't know if you saw my email, but we have this assignment." So they're really working with you. So
that's good. I know. Not today. It was like maybe about a week ago. We got the information that we're getting a refund check back. So I know that made me happy. How y'all doing?
We getting refunds on if you stay on campus or if you have a meal plan, they giving that all back. So depending on how much it depends on how much you spend. So I think they're giving you the exact amount that you had.
So, okay. I'm about to say, that is crazy. So before we get started, is there anybody else you want to shout out? Anybody that's in the building that you want to talk to real quick before we get started? I know how to do when you go on TV.
I'm going to shout out all the rattlers that's here. If you in here right now, put a snake up, put a snake up, put a rattler up.
Okay.
All of the rattlers in the building.
So what is your classification exactly? Are you a rising senior?
I'm a third year. Yeah, third year performance scholar from Brooklyn, New York.
From Brooklyn, New York. That was my next question. I seen New York in your bio, but I want to know what part. So going from New York all the way down to Tallahassee, that's where FAMU is. That correct?
Yes,
sir.
Sir.
How was that transition? That's the top of the East Coast all the way down to the bottom. Like, how far is it?
It was definitely interesting. See, I grew up going to away camp every summer. I was that kid that went to upstate New York and went to Christian away camp or adventure camps and stuff. So I had a blast, and I got used to getting away from my family. Plus, both of my parents live in different states, so I was used to going back and forth. And so I was I always adapted. I always tell people I consider myself a northern blend because I've kind of stayed in Philly a little bit. I've been in New York. I've been in Delaware. I've been in Baltimore for a little bit. Yes, so coming to FAMU was kind of the same thing, just adapting. So I consider myself a northern chameleon. Right.
So choosing FAMU, if I'm correct, I read that you are a fourth generation. No. So what was your reasoning for coming to FAMU?
Okay, so I went on this amazing college tour or college visitation, and it was something that was for the North. They started all the way at Howard University and they went straight down. It was crazy. We stayed in mega churches, had different groups in them. You had assignments. We had to read The Miseducation of the Negro.
Word.
It was this crazy camp. And I remember my mother told me, "Hey, spring break, you're going on a college tour camp." And I'm like, "What? Are you serious? Did you really put me in that?" I'm like,
they still do that.
I don't want to go. All of my family went to HBCUs.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not going to HBCU. You know how that is growing up. You hear the same story. You I'm not about to have the same story as y'all. So I told myself I wasn't going to HBCU. After that college tour, when I got to FAMU, it was something different that was authentic to the things I saw on television. I went to Howard, but it didn't feel like Drumline. It didn't feel like all of those movies, Stump the Yard. It didn't feel like that. But when I got to FAMU, I was like, wow, no, this is what it's all about. I felt the smell, the look, the beautiful, I don't know if that's the word, beautification of FAMU was just, it was something that I knew I had to be a part of.
Okay, so I see some incoming freshmen in here as well. So what's something that you would like to tell them as far as making that transition from high school to college about just FAMU, like that only somebody from FAMU will understand about y'all?
I like my F in front of my A in front of my M in front of my U. I love my HBCU. Shout out to FAMU 23, 24, 21, 20, 18, 19, 17, 16, 15, 14, all the way to 1887. October 3rd. What?
That is love.
Of course, I would say my advice is to just know what's best for you. Know you. You cannot listen to somebody else's story and say, okay, I gotta follow it to the T, because there's different strokes for different folks. There's no formula to success.
Right.
But the formula is to trust yourself and to be everything that God called you to be.
Right.
That's the formula. I mean, they told me, don't join a whole bunch of things your first semester, wait it out. I joined everything I could. I mean, I remember having a plan and saying, oh my God, I cannot believe that I did this to myself. But it was such an amazing experience, because now I got a little experience from different, avenues of organizations on campus and different things. So it makes that college experience 10 times better when you can tell different stories.
Right, and that was my next question. What was your what other activities did you join in undergrad? As far as I know, I marched in my band my freshman year, and that's what really shaped my schedule, and it helped me have structure going into college. So I tell people all the time, I think joining something your freshman year, that's what you get adjusted to. So if you're adjusted to being busy, it's not harder to become busy later on down the line. So what's some organizations that you joined when you were a freshman, or even up until now?
Yeah, no, the first thing I did when I first got to FAMU is I heard about the Housing Step Show. I was like, okay, let me do that, because, I think, I don't know if I never stepped before, but I think I like the step. So I tried and I did it, and that was like a big thing. Then after that, then there was a housing pageant. I'm like, I don't know what that is. And my RAs were telling me about it, like, I think you could do it. I heard he singing around the halls. I know you're a vocal major, so maybe that's something you could do. And I was like, okay, I'll try out. I went for it. And I did like little talent hunts when I was younger, so I decided to go ahead and do it. Oh man. After that, I ended up being Mr. Sampson, which was the Mr. for my hall.
Okay.
And I went on to be the Mr. Housing pageant, and I sang Strange Fruit. You can find that on YouTube. And I ended up not getting it, but it was such a humbling experience, because I got to meet a bunch of other students who were in similar situations. I got to, it was a great networking experience. So then I did Strikers Dance Troupe. Shout out to all the Strikers. They about to say boy, 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 all down the thing. The whole thing we had. But so shout out to them. But yeah, I joined Strikers because I found out they were like one of the oldest collegiate all-male dance troops in the world. And I was like, oh my God, I got to be a part of that. They were founded February 25th, 1989.
Come on, history.
Like, yeah, no, they're top dog. And I just saw the energy they exuded and what it brought, the joy that it brought other people when they saw them perform. And I was like, I got to be a part of that. And yeah, the New York Club, the FAMU Concert Choir, and I was an RA. And what else? The FAMU Connection Recruitment Group. Yeah.
Man, so I know I'm big on history as far as learning my HBCU and paying dues to those who came before me. So are there any FAMU icons that you're like, you paved this way for me to be in the position I am right now? So are there any icons that you look up to as far as your university?
Yes. One of the biggest people that I look up to is Mr. Shapiro Hardiman, because he has really set the tone and done things when there were like moments where it seemed like nothing could be done. I remember seeing that he actually helped choreograph the drum line. We all watch Drumline, and we see those scenes where the marching band is doing their thing, and he also choreographed the Marching 100 for years. And I remember just looking at him and saying, man, I want to be like that. You know, he knows everybody just connected to the dance world and to the entertainment industry. I mean, we have some of the best celebrities out there. I mean, Bobby Brown in the New Edition movie, he was a striker.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, no, and there was a lot of people who performed at Coachella with Beyonce. A lot of strikers, you know, like there's just everywhere you look, there's somebody that he has mentored from their collegiate experience that has become something greater in the entertainment industry or various walks of life. So, right, I look up to him. He's an icon, FAMU coach.
And I can see on social media that, like, when it comes to homecoming, since there's so much history, especially with the March 100 and just all the different organizations.
Oh, yes, I can't forget Rashad Horn. Oh, God. Yeah.
Right. So one of my biggest things is I like to travel. So what do you think is different about HBCUs in the South rather than more so up north, since you say you traveled a lot and seen? What's the biggest difference to you? Because I know I have some ideas in my head, but I want to know from your perspective.
Well, the first thing is that if you're going to an HBCU in the South, you get to have more of an outside experience.
Right.
So, of course, in the North, everybody is like, you're not going to catch me too much in the cold. When it gets cold outside, be like, I'm going inside or whatever, you know. So you don't get a chance to experience too much of those outdoor games during football.
Right.
Football is usually during, you know, that fall experience is getting to December, and it's starting to snow. So you're not getting that full experience because everyone doesn't want to sit down and be cold, right? But outside in the South, you know, it's still warm. It's still time to go outside. So everybody is just more willing to enjoy the outdoors experience, and that's kind of the heart of where all the memories come from. But another thing that I can say is huge that you don't get in both is the spirit.
I can
No, it's a humongous different. Everybody always looks up to those, you know, big HBCUs, but they don't. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. They don't have the spirit that the Southern HBCUs have.
I can definitely see that. So, as far as traditions, are there any traditional events or anything that FAMU does on a yearly basis that alumni know, the younger folks know, that just brings y'all together as a family on a yearly basis, like annual basis?
Okay, you like events, right?
Yeah,
right?
Events wise.
Okay, events. I would definitely have to say homecoming. No joke. Our homecoming for ideas. You know, so I would say our homecoming is always, that's a family reunion. You have our Be Out Day. That is a humongous, and then you have the set Friday, Florida Classic. Because you know the rivalry between Bethune-Cookman Community College, it's like Bethune-Cookman University. But that's what we you know, we have this ongoing rivalry that we always have had since time go till the dates go back, you know, since 1887. Oh, sorry, they weren't around that long. But yeah, no.
So now let's get more into you, more so into things about you. So I read that you were the founder of your mascot back at your high school. So of course you were the first, but what made you want to do that? Like what was, like, one day did you just wake up and was like, let's go ahead and let's just do it? Like, what was it?
Okay, so it's funny you asked that because growing up, I actually had an experience of a lifetime because I grew up going to the New York Liberty WNBA games because my stepmother was a WNBA legend for that team. So we would always go to those games, and I remember seeing the mascot. I think his name was Maddie. And it just would be crazy. When he would come in the room, everybody would get so excited. And as a kid, you can only imagine how exciting that is. You're like, oh, my God. And then my crazy self, dancing, I ended up doing this dance battle with him. The stadium went crazy. Madison Square Garden was just, like, on fire. Like, And so I was like, oh my God. And that was a memorable experience. Ever since then, I always loved mascots. So here we had this opportunity. My high school didn't have a mascot. I was the president of student council and the vice president of my class. I just started asking around, you know, hey, like, what do I have to talk to make this happen? Oh man, little did I know, I talked to the right person. They started asking around, and we had a mascot, and the experience just went up a little bit.
That's good. Tell me about the transition from of course high school to college as far as you becoming Venom and your first day on the job. What was different, and how did you get that opportunity to even be in that position?
Yeah, no, that was an amazing opportunity. I remember getting a call from FAMU Athletics. I had already went to them and gave them like my experience and stuff and audition. And so here they are calling me like, hey, we have a pep rally. This is your perfect opportunity. You could come out and you could do your thing. So I'm like, oh my God, this is this may be my only opportunity. So let me try to go ahead and make the best of it. If I'm going to go in, I'm going to go all the way. You know, if I'm going to turn up, I got to turn all the way up. So I stayed up all night researching all the best mascots. I'm watching videos all night, and I just did the best I could. And after that, they were like fiending to know who was in the mascot suit. They're like, oh my, who was in the suit? And the guy was like, oh man. They was asking about who was in it. I'm trying to keep it a secret because you asked for it to be a secret. I'm like, yeah, no, don't tell nobody. And so from that moment, here we are, fast forward 3 years later.
So what's the hardest part about like keeping your identity a secret? Like as far as like how many people knew? Who was the first person to know? And like why is it so important to do that?
The first person that ever knew on FAMU's campus. Wow. I think my friends, of course, had to be my friends because they were just like, okay, why can't you come to the games? We know you like to go to the games. We know that you like to go to everything. So now you don't want to go to the games. They start asking me all these questions, and I'm like, no, I got homework to do. You know, I always had something up my sleeve to answer, and they was like, So I finally just go ahead and I just told them, I was like, listen, I need y'all to stop questioning me. I need y'all to actually help me with this lie because y'all to be on board. Because if y'all are not on board, it's going to be hard to convince other people that, you know, I actually had something to do. You know, so they would help me out. They'd be like, oh yeah, we was actually, they would tell other people, yeah, we was on the other side. You didn't see us. We was with the alumni. Yeah, I told them, and ever since then, it was a lot easier to convince others.
I watched the documentary. It's like 6 or 7 layers. How long does it take you to get dressed? I'm like, I know it takes at least 10 to 15 minutes.
Anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes.
30 to 45 minutes?
Yes.
30 to 45 minutes.
It's so many different. I mean, unless you're just throwing it on. If you want to be going perfect and you're putting on many compartments that people don't know about, you got to snap the shoe on. The shoe is not really a shoe. It's a fake shoe. It's it's a lot.
30 to 45 minutes. And you say it gets sometimes it can get up to like 90 degrees in there, right? Like,
yeah. So basically inside the suit is whatever it is outside, you can go ahead and add 30 degrees more.
And I know down there in Florida it's not cold at all. So
I've had 90-degree weather games.
So it's 120 in
there. But that's where the ice pack comes in. Because that ice pack is literally my lifesaver. Thank God for the ice pack. They freeze the ice pack the night before. I put the ice pack in there. I'm good to go. As long as I got the ice pack, I'm great.
That's crazy. So how do you get in your zone before the games, before any performances? Like, what do you do to become the character? Because I know you're into acting as well, right?
Yes, sir.
So how do you get into that character, into that zone of Venom?
I just read the character analysis. I remember that Venom is the life of the party. He bleeds orange and green. He has to seem as though you've known him since the day he was founded. I mean, you got every Rattler should know him. So if you see the oldest Rattler in there, they should feel like, oh man, I know Venom since I was back in high school. It gives you FAMU. It gives you the orange, the green. It gives you the eternal flame. It gives you everything about FAMU that is memorable.
That's good to know. So your favorite performance of all time and your favorite types of events, as far as the football games and the pep rallies, what's your favorites?
That's really hard. That's really hard. There's so many memorable moments. And I'll start with the game part. I'll say that it definitely has to be the football games because that's just a fun time. I love the football games. Everybody's there to cheer on our team. Like we gotta represent. We have to, no matter if they win or lose, we gonna bleed orange and green. We're gonna keep striking. So I would definitely say my favorite game, my favorite performance would have to be that Southern performance. Everybody in Bragg Memorial Stadium was just like, they were bleeding orange and green. I mean, all the fans, they were feeling like, oh my goodness, I'm glad to be here. They were out of their seats. They're giving energy, and they're just in the stands. So I'm like, oh my goodness, I have to bring this energy. And then this is something that had never been done that the Marching 100 was doing. And Southern just knew they was going to blow us out the park. But they didn't know we had a little trick up our sleeve. And so after that game, I mean, everybody was on their feet. The fans of the other team was on their feet. I mean, they were on their feet. Not feet, but feet. Yeah.
I saw that. That was crazy. I was watching the video. I was like, I know people at the game were having a ball. Is that part of the tradition as well? Like, is that like a every game thing? Well, maybe not every game, but people know that. Like that.
Yeah, no, everybody knows that the band does the war cry. And I remember that day I had so much going on. I mean, I guess I was just praising God in advance for these grades that were going to come out in my favor. Hallelujah. I was speaking into existence. And so I ended up shouting. That shout was real. They thought I was joking. I was for real praising them in that suit.
It be like that sometimes. It's like that. It is like that. So what was the flame that kept you going even through the hard times? Like when it was days, I know it's days it gets hard. I know it's days it get hot. Like what was the flame in you that kept going?
Just to know the excitement that it brings other people, to see the look on the kids' faces when they see Venom, to see the oldest Rattler still being so happy to see Venom, to see the college students and how they accept Venom. That right there just keeps the fire in me going, to know that I have to perform. I have to bring my A game every single time, because if I don't bring my A game, then maybe this may be somebody there could be a future generation Rattler that's undecided, or they don't know if they want to go to FAMU, but maybe your performance, or maybe somebody may capture a moment that somebody all the way in Nebraska may see and say, oh my God, I go to FAMU. So just knowing that, I try to make every moment that a person sees Venom memorable, and it keeps me going. It keeps me going through the hard times, the good times, the rocky times, anything. It just keeps me going.
The documentary, how did that come about?
That came about. I was sitting outside of Coleman Library, our library on campus, and actually I was walking out of the library, and I saw one of my striker brothers sitting on one of the seats.
Right.
And so I went to go, speak. I'm like, hey, what's up, bro, or whatever. And then there was two other young ladies that were sitting there, and they were like, yeah, we're working on this documentary. We got to talking. Long story short, I was just like, oh my God, I had this idea to do a documentary, like raise awareness of the HBCU culture, shine a light on it through the lens of a mascot. That would be amazing. So I just like, hey, I have this idea, but you guys can't tell anybody. So I made them swear that they would never tell anybody. And then I gave them the idea. They was like, oh my goodness, this is a great idea. We got to hop on it immediately. And I mean, within a week, full production.
That's a week?
Yeah. We all invested money into putting this documentary on. It was like a no-brainer. Shout out to Kanaya and Jayla, the best producers ever out there. They're journalism scholars. They are the best to ever do it. And I mean, I'm just so grateful to be able to work with them And I reached out to one of my RA kids at the time. But I was an RA, so I reached out to one of my residents, and I was like, "Hey, I know you like to do videography. Would you like to be a part of this, VJ?" And he was like, "Oh my goodness, I would do it, no problem, bro. Like, let's do it." And it was history from there. Beautiful opportunity.
That's great. Let's get some of these questions in that some of our folks have asked us, viewing us right now. They said, okay, so video that came out. So how was it?
So of course, every time you put out something, there's going to be mixed reviews. We already kind of like mapped out what could people possibly say, and so people were like, "Oh my goodness, did he break tradition?" or different things like that. I saw some people that might have been upset because they thought that we broke tradition. I'm like, no, don't worry, I'm not breaking tradition, because everyone that is all of the mascots, when they decide that they're not going to be a mascot anymore, they always tell people that they were the mascot. It's just like that's the thing. Like, if you watch the documentary in its entirety, former Lady Venom, she was explaining that she always posted a picture every homecoming. Yeah, so it was no tradition broke. We just did it in a different way. We just did the documentary. It's just something different. So yeah, no, it's cool though. Everybody always calls me Venom now. I'm like, I'm not Venom.
Not anymore. We had a couple more questions. Here goes another one. What is your vision for Venom?
Oh, that's good. I see Venom one day making full videos. Like, I see him making dance videos in the future that can go viral, with other dances, and highlighting other students on our campus so that people could get a chance to see Venom for what he is and see more than just a dancer, but to see the excitement, the spirit that exists right on the highest of Seven Hills. So yeah, I see that, and I just see Venom taking on and being great.
That's good. Now that you're in school and you said you're third year, so next year, now that you are not Venom anymore, do you have any plans for next year? Like, what's next for senior year, man?
I'm working to try to go ahead and dive into this industry. I really want to continue singing and performing and acting, because it's a great opportunity to uplift spirits. I think of art as something that's universal. It's not inclusive. We all benefit. Think of us during this time. I mean, how much music have you listened to? We've all been listening to a lot of music. It's something that is universal, and so I want to do that. I want to continue to sing. I want to continue to act. And yeah, that's what school. I'm trying to do everything I can in school now, so that when it's time, I can go ahead and get into the industry and be well prepared.
That's great. We have a whole lot of questions that just popped up. Like, people are very interested. That's good. They said, okay, this next one, let's see.
Excuse me, I'm just drinking a little bit.
How has becoming Venom impacted your life? What did you take from it?
Wow. Venom definitely changed my life forever. It impacted me because to see how energy is transferable without anyone even seeing your face is so powerful. It lets you know that gestures are super important, positive gestures. And so that right there told me that I have to continue to do gestures, whether I'm in a suit or whether I'm not. Positive gestures and spirit is so important for everybody on campus. It doesn't matter from the oldest rattler, from the president, all the way to a student that never comes out of their dorm. Spirit.
Hall of Famer right there. That's a Hall of Fame answer right there. The way you carry yourself is definitely going to go down in the Hall of Fame as far as influencers that have touched your campus. I can already see that right now. Wow. Oh, this one might be a little emotional. What will you miss the most about FAMU?
Oh man, I hate to think about the day it will come to all an end. I'm gonna definitely miss the fried chicken.
That's real though.
No. I'm just kidding. I would definitely say I'm gonna miss the love and charity. I mean, we go to the College of Love and sincerity. The relationships that I've built on campus, to know that there'll be a day that I won't get a chance to see everybody every single day, to know that there'll come a time where I won't be on the set every Friday, to know that there'll come a time where I won't be sitting in a classroom and learning from as an undergrad. That is also, it's very emotional to think about. But I know that everything that I went through was for a greater purpose, and that everything that I learned, I put it in my book bag, and I wear it on my back. And every lesson I learned, I take out those lessons that I learned on FAMU's campus, and I can apply them to every issue, to every problem that I may face in this life.
That's real. That is real. Like, I can tell, like, college are the best years of your life, and I honestly, truly believe that with all honesty in my heart. I definitely believe that. So we're gonna take about 2 more questions, and we're gonna wrap it up. Let's go through these right quick. Kind of answered that. Ooh, this was a little bit of a long one. Okay, we kind of answered that one. Besides being Venom, what is that?
Yeah, no, concert choir is another. No, I won't say concert choir. I'll say concert choir and family connection, because those are great recruitment tools of the university. The concert choir goes on recruitment fairs and talks to students. They actually sing, dance, and act, and it's a whole entire production just about FAMU. And it changes every year. Different show. They change the theme up, and we wear costumes. We have mics. It's really fun. And students, from that moment, they see the FAMU connection on stage, giving their all. They're like, oh my God, wow, I gotta go to FAMU. Literally, one of my friends, my best friend Brienne, it was because of the connection that she came to FAMU. So to know that I have the opportunity to recruit is a blessing. It's truly a blessing. I'm truly honored to have the opportunity. Of course, with the FAMU connection, we travel to different high schools and sing in different stages. And to know that our voices are the most powerful tool that we have, and to know that something that God gave us we can use to uplift people, it makes that experience say, oh my God, I gotta go to FAMU. See, somebody said FAMU connection made me want to come.
That's good. That is good. That is great. So last question I got for you: if you could leave, if you have, I'm gonna put it in one sentence. One sentence and one thing that you could leave with FAMU forever, that they would know you for. What would that be? Impact-wise.
A conversation. I want you to know that after we have that one conversation, that you know what your purpose is, that you can execute it to the best of your ability, because God has something for each and every one of us that we have to tap into. And sometimes it gets hard. Sometimes we don't know what it is, and maybe it's just a conversation. So I would love to have to inspire people to tap into their purpose, their calling, and for them to execute it to the best of their ability.
That's great, man. This right here, like, was eye-opening. Like, as far as like me being an influencer on my campus, this made me really want to go that much harder, because I see how it affects other people's lives. Like, not even just yours, but just other people that's around you. How you build other people that's around you up, and I can see the impact and the influence you have on your university. Like, in the comments, it's just.
I would like to say, on behalf of Florida A&M University, we would love to thank you so much for just highlighting FAMU, highlighting the highest of 7 hills, and seeing it fit to see something in us that you want to show the world on this page, HBCU Pulse. We thank you so much with the highest thanks that we can give. Yes, sir.
I really appreciate that. I'm making my business come out there this year. I promise I'm going to make my business come out there this year.
Let me tell you something. Holla at me. Holla at me.
Let's talk.
Hear me. I will make sure that you have a plate. I will make sure you have a cookout. I will make sure you have whatever you need. I'll make sure you have it, as long as it's good. Hallelujah.
That's good. And you can, anytime you're in the area, you want to come to North Carolina A&T, you get the same love.
I'm going to come out, bro. I'm definitely going to come out. All
right. I appreciate everybody that tuned in with us today. And we might have a part 2 coming up soon. I don't know. I'm going to talk to you right after this, man. I appreciate you, brother.
All right, bro.
All right, man.